Hi, sexy mamas, and welcome to Ask Luci. Today's question comes from Alicia Ko from YouTube, and she says, "How can you manage it having kids, cook healthy every day, doing sports, have a clean house, and looking so well rested? How many hours do you sleep usually? And I still don't understand, why do you have so little followers here? You should have more. People don't know what they miss. Sorry for my English, I'm from Germany. I can't believe I was the first one commenting this, but I have one more question. What profession do you have, and at which age of a kid do you recommend going to work again? There are so many opinions about this, I feel a little lost." Okay, so Alicia, thank you for your questions. Great questions, and yes, you were the first one to ask. So thanks for stepping up and initiating. Let's go back to the beginning. How can you manage it having kids, cook healthy every day, doing sports, have a clean house, and looking so well rested? Whew. That is a lot. I can see why you would ask that. So in a nutshell, it comes down to organizing, to life management. Not so much time management, but life management. Because when we are, focused on basically what outcome we want to get out of the activities that we're doing and what we're spending our time on, that keeps us focused instead of just like adding to our to-do list. Because if we just look at our to-do list, it can be like really overwhelming, right? Like I can look at my to-do list and be like, there's no way I'm going to get through all that stuff today by myself, whatever. Like there are all kinds of ways to organize what needs to be done and when, but if you just focus on what outcome you want, that helps focus all of your mental faculties on what is the most important thing to do right now. Another thing that helps me do everything that I'm doing is to separate chunks of time and block time to do certain activities. And so as a mom, as you know, like you've got to take advantage of the quiet moments to do things that require quiet, absolute quiet, and you've got to take advantage of kind of like the downtime where you're like on call for mommy duty, but you can kind of like do some stuff if you need to, some little menial things, like housework, dishes, folding laundry, which I have a giant pile of right behind the camera. Which brings me to my next question. When you said I have a clean house, because thank you so much. But to be brutally honest, a spick and span house is like not my reality. It's tidy enough because we try to keep things uncluttered, and that's just our style. Like we don't want to keep a bunch of stuff around, and when it starts to build up, I start to feel like closed in and a little overwhelmed and not productive, and just like it's not a good vibe. So I do like to keep things put in their place, which is crazy to actually, it's impossible really with 4 kids. So there is some degree of like, just don't think about it, don't think about the mess. And I do have my dedicated workspace where I can write and not this space, not today, where I can usually write and focus on what I need to focus on without distractions. And that's usually my blocked out time to actually work with clients and coach my sexy mamas and come up with all this content for the podcasts and the blog and what have you. So anyway, so that's that. How I look well rested. Thank you again, because I don't usually feel well rested. These days we don't get a lot of sleep. This guy wakes up several times at night still, and he's teething, and we got a lot of months of that ahead. So I know that this is a stage that we're at. This is just a part of being a parent to babies. And what I do to take care of myself in other ways is like make sure that I go for my morning walk every day, no matter how little sleep I got the night before, because that helps me get into a better mental space and just get inspired and motivated and in the right mindset for the day. It helps me be more productive, more happy, more just excited about what I'm doing that day. And really, that's ultimately what a sexy life is about. It's about waking up excited about what your life, what your day holds for you. And regardless of how little sleep or how little quality of sleep you got the night before. So that's my reality right now. Let's see, why do we have so little followers? Well, help me get more sexy mamas on board. Share this page with all your mom friends, and yeah, there are going to be so many more videos to come for this segment, for the 5 Minutes to Sexy workout series, the mom parody music videos, all that stuff. So yeah, help me grow it. It's still a pretty new channel, but I have big vision for it and high hopes. So I would love to ask for your help. And let's see. Ooh, what profession do I have? Okay, let me answer that part. So I am a mom empowerment coach. That is a title that I have given myself for multiple reasons, because it's more than just personal training or fitness training. It's a level of life coaching for moms specifically, because that is the group of women that I feel most passionate about working with and helping, because I realize that when we empower other moms to live a life that they love in a body that they love, that will affect everyone around them. So that is going to help empower their kids, even their partners, spouses, their friends, their coworkers. And speaking of coworkers, so that answer is different for everyone. That's why you hear so many opinions. Going back to work after having kids. I mean, some women choose to wait until their kids are in school all day. Some work from home, some start their own businesses. I mean, there's such a wide variety of answers. For me, I have my own business and I have my clients, and I am very fortunate to be working in what I am actually passionate about and what I love doing every day. So I do work from home mostly. I work outside of the home with clients. There are some events that take me out, like in public speaking and networking and that kind of stuff. But for the most part, I count myself very fortunate that I get to have that element of, taking my kids to school most of the time, unless I have a client right at that time, and having the mornings with them, having dinner time with them is very important for me. It's a big priority of mine, and just making sure that that time with them is very intentional, and also the time with my husband, because what I find is that I can get so wrapped up in what I'm doing and even in my work, because I love it so much, that I can tend to kind of put relationships on the side, and it's not good. That's something you do not want suffering because of whatever job you're doing. So anyway, intentional focus, intentional effort, live intentionally. If you find something that you want to work towards, that you really, really love, that you're passionate about, or you're really itching to go back to work, and that makes you happy, then do it. If you feel guilty for not being home, and you really want to be home, that's where your heart is, then do that if you can, if you guys can afford to do that. But just do not, just wherever you're at, be present. When you're at work, it's tempting to want to be home. And when you're at home, it's tempting to be thinking about work. So just wherever you're at, my biggest advice on that is be present and follow your heart in that. Live intentionally. Well, I hope that helped answer your questions, Alicia, and I'd love to hear from more of you on your questions about mom life, mom fitness, mom health. And yeah, I'm so excited to get to know all of you and to grow our Sexy Mama movement group of moms. So join me on the mission to help empower moms to live a life they love in a body they love, and meet me here on Tuesdays, every Tuesday, for Ask Lucy.